because of a lack of time from himself to prep and run his son Felix, it's ideal for him because there's less stress in setting up the kart. There's basically just handling characteristics is what you have to concern yourself with. So no, you know, the electric motors are easy to regulate, they're easy to operate, and they're easy to maintain. So I think certainly entry-level karting, this MightE formula is certainly the way forward for that reason, and it kind of levels the playing field a little bit, more down to the driver having fun, really, which is what it's all about.
Having fun at that age.
It absolutely is, yeah. So Ralph Martin and Henry Hills bring the field of MightE's round. Jack Harper and Jess Plowman are next. Jensen James Williams, Felix Tandy, Jack Swan, Frank Pearson, Arthur Thompson, Maximilian Mikalski, Arthur Bath, Ollie Upton, Nico Mohan, Christian Doshi and Hadley Jarvis. 15 karts will start this one. And again, just to remind everybody, it's a standing start. Lights controlled. Red lights come on, red lights go off. And the format of that is for the red light to very quickly go off and keep it very, very consistent starting process for everyone involved. So last minute checks, last minute adjustments, mainly to see if the kids are all right, isn't it? It's not like last minute adjustments, just, you know, I'm gonna check
Have
your
you remembered
pressures.
which way the track goes?
It's just, are you okay? My son, my daughter. Are you okay? Don't forget to have fun.
That's the key thing. Do not forget to have fun.
Like Nick said, do take the time to watch the paddock walk in tomorrow's lunch break. We get a wonderful chat to some youngsters, and one of our Bambinos in the petrol class, Benjamin Shivar, has spoken to about being a Bambino racing driver. Here we go then. They're lined up. The grid is cleared. We have got a clear grid. The red lights go on and immediately off. And Felix Tandy getting a great run. Little bit of a slow getaway there for one of the drivers on the second row. I think that was either Jack Harper and then Felix Tandy managing to get up the order into fifth. We've got it coming together for second place, and that's allowed the kart through into second. I'll confirm the number in a moment. It's the 45 of Jensen James Williams, who's gone forward quite considerably, overtaking about 3 or 4 karts. Ralph Martin on the number 32, though, he's away whilst everybody was messing around and trying to get around one another through turn 1 and Brian's Bend. Ralph Martin just said, right, I'm off, see you later. The green liveried cart, the black helmet, and then the yellow and black cart of the number 45 of Jensen James Williams. That's the second place cart. The 57 of Jack Harper is third, and then not far behind him is Henry Hales through the gasworks for the first time then. And then on these Bambinos, they threw that left-hander at the horseshoe. That's a long sweeping left-hander. 1, 2, 3 apex to hit before you then get the cart across and swing it through the right-hander, and then across the line they come. Then Ralph Martin leads by 0.8 of a second. Jensen James Williams second. Henry Hills third. Jack Harper, Jack Swan, Jess Plowman, Maximilian Mikalski, Arthur Thompson, Frank Pearson, Arthur Bath, Nico Mohan, Ollie Upton. There's a move and a coming together there. 57. Jack Harper spins sideways at turn 1. We've lost Felix Tandy. Felix Tandy has gone missing on lap 1. I think that's him across on away over the far side of the track, Nick, from our media centre here. But who is going to catch Ralph Martin? Jensen Jim Williams had the quickest lap there from a standing start, and he continues in second place. We'll see if James Williams can actually catch the leader. We'll get a mark on just what the gap is. Bit of a lonely race at the front then. Ralph Martin on the 32, and then Jensen James Williams in second. The Henry Hales, Jack Harper, Jack Swan, that's different now, and we'll get a handle on that. Now they're beginning to space out. The first 4 definitely spacing out as they cross the line to complete 2 laps. Ralph Martin, Jensen Jim Williams, 1.9 seconds. It's almost doubled the lead, has Ralph Martin. Henry Hills third, Jack Swan, and then behind the top 4, Jesse Plowman, Maximilian Mikalski, Jack Harper, Arthur Thompson, Frank Pearson and Arthur Bath. on towards the centres then. That's the number 67 of Henry Hales. Not far behind is Jax Wong. We'll see if Jax can gain. Looks like he gains out the second centre, doesn't it? Off towards the chicane then. Staying. I noticed the Bambinos stay well off that first right-hand apex curb there. Don't go anywhere near it, turning right and then swinging left, and then they do use all of the exit curb. And look at the speed of the Bambinos there. They're on the LeConte treaded tyre, remember. All-weather tyre for this class. And the speed through the gasworks, phenomenal. Here they come then. 3 laps completed. Ralph Martin in first. Jensen James Williams second. Henry Hales has got Jax Wong right in his bumper now. Heading towards turn 1. Positioning the kart in the middle of the track was Henry Hales, making Jax Wong's job very, very difficult indeed. And Jax Wong having to stay in the wheel tracks of Henry Hales as they continue out of the dogleg. If anything, they're catching Williams, aren't they? Jensen James Williams being caught on that yellow and black kart. The number 87, the number 67 and the number 76 of Hales and Wong chasing him down.
No noise, but lots of excitement.
No, it's kind of like, I know what it sounds like trackside. You can actually have a conversation when the carts are going round. It's quite great.
Is that a plus point?
I tell you what, Nick, we've got a battle for second here with 3 carts. We thought that Jensen James Williams was going to maybe make some sort of impression. However, he's dropped back. He's dropped off the pace a little bit. He has dropped well off Ralph Martin and dropped back towards the clutches of Henry Hales and Jax Wong.
Yeah, they come round and down the main straight and shooting towards us. And it looks like a little bit of a move there from coming up the inside. And he can take it, sweeps down now. There's a little bit of a touch in there, the 17. And it's changed. And off the track entirely.
Yes, Jensen Williams on the grass, bounces in front of Henry Hales, who has to take avoiding action onto the grass as well. I'm not sure how the stewards are going to work that one out. I'm glad I'm not a steward, to be honest. Right, so let's get a breath. 67, Henry Hales is in second. Jensen James Williams now third. Jax Wong, he kind of was a spectator there, wasn't he? He was thinking, come on, boys. He had one cart off to his left, another cart off to his right. He thought he might take advantage of that, but no. It's all settled down, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was an ambitious move up the inside of turn 1, and then it kind of slid off and took off into the left-hand side of the earth. And then, of course, suddenly he just pinged back across on the other drive had to go off on the right-hand side. And then with Jax Wong going, I thought this was the track.
Yeah, Jax Wong's
Isn't the black bit the track?
Oh, if I could just get by while these two were on the grass, but no, it sorted itself out. So 5 laps about to be completed by Ralph Martin. There he is, across the line. A minute on the line. It's going to be the last lap board next time by. Second across the line, Henry Hales. He's still got Jensen James Williams right there and Jax Wong right there as well. Jesse Plowman, a lonely fifth place for him. Jack Harper now up to 6th. Maximilian Michalski just demoted to 7th there as we look back towards this second place battle here on our screens. And it's Henry Hales, Jensen James Williams, Jax Wong together towards the first of the centres. The speed difference through these hairpins, Nick, not very great indeed. That's why we see no real overtaking from these Bambinos at this point on this track.
Yeah, I mean, this is the point. The electric motors are limited. They are, unlike a petrol engine where you could possibly get a bit of an advantage. These things just say, no, you're going to give X watts out, and it doesn't matter whether the engine can get more, or whether you have a better battery or a better motor, because it's just limited, and it's limited in a completely hard way, which can't be cheated without the software program. So, there isn't a good motor or a bad motor, because none of them are running at maximum oomph. That's a technical term, by the way.
It's a good point. It's a completely different technology, isn't it? Ralph Martin, last lap board for Ralph Martin then. 1 lap to go. He's the battle for second, coming out of paddock turn. Across the line then. 6 laps completed. In towards the first turn they come. Are we going to see any kind of movement? No, they stay line astern. They're glued together there, aren't they? So close you could pitch a tent. Tick the box. That one's been said for the first time this weekend. And then through the dogleg, Nick, it's going to be a battle down to St John's.
Just a little looking there, but an interesting little gap there for Henry Hales. He's got himself a little away, enough to be less threatened, but the 3rd and 4th, that's looking a little bit more. Oh, absolutely on the outside now goes the blue cart of Jack Swong, and he's going to get the inside. He's done the
He
switch
is.
back, but will it get enough going into the... Yes, he does. Oh, yes. And then the Jensen Jones Williams decided against... decided that discretion was the better part of valour at that point. Not all over yet, though. He's himself out, thinking about going back round the outside of the gasworks. No. Cut back in again, the in and the out. All of this is great news for Henry Hales. Of course, even better news for Ralph Martin. Is just about a foot across the line. A country mile ahead, about 7 seconds ahead.
Yeah, he crosses the line now, Nick. Checkered flag flies for Ralph Martin. Here comes our second place driver then. Henry Hills it is at the very end. Jack Swong finally takes that third place on the last lap. Jensen James Williams will be a disappointed fourth place there. Jesse Plowman finishes in fifth. And then we have Jack Harper just coming through now. The rest of the field streaming through. Maximilian Michalski takes his checkered flag. The gap of the line was exactly 7 seconds, as you said, Nick. Arthur Thompson, our next finisher, with Frank Pearson not that far behind. These two finish in 8th and 9th place. With the next finishers up, you can see there on your screen, Ollie Upton, Christian Doshi, Nico Mohan, Hadley Jarvis and Felix Tandy, who we lost on lap 1, and I'm not quite sure why we lost Felix.